The moon hangs heavy, a familiar glow in the night sky. But that pale light, the one that soothes and guides, can also deceive. We often see it as romantic, a backdrop for quiet moments. Yet beneath its familiar surface, something far more ancient and sinister stirs. This isn't about stargazing, it's about understanding the shadows that dance at the edges of our perception. The blood moon, in particular, signals not a passive celestial event, but an active, potent force. It's a disruption, a theatrical display that echoes through forgotten ages. This primal display, the one that turns the moon a shade of crimson, isn't a natural phenomenon we should passively admire. It's a signal, a carefully orchestrated event designed to evoke a very specific, visceral response. Think of it as a cosmic alarm, but one that sounds deep within our very being, tapping into ancient instincts we may not even know we possess. We've all seen images of it, felt a strange pull, a shiver that whispers of something primal and untamed. And real quick, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Now let's keep going. This celestial deception tells us that we are part of a grander, less benevolent design than we've been led to believe. The moon's influence is far more intricate, far more manipulative than simply pulling tides. It's a key, a conduit for energies that seek to influence and control. And the blood moon is its most potent manifestation, a calling card for a hidden agenda. We've explored how the moon's illumination can mask a deeper manipulation. But this manipulation isn't entirely new. It has roots so ancient they predate recorded history. The blood moon's fiery hue is a direct descendant of rituals performed when the sun itself seemed to falter. To understand the blood moon's current power, we must first journey back to the primal fear it was designed to awaken. The solstice, that turning point of the year, was once a time of immense spiritual significance and often immense terror. Imagine standing in the flickering firelight, the longest night pressing in, the veil between worlds feeling impossibly thin. It was a time when ancient peoples would perform potent rituals, not for celebration, but for survival, to ward off the encroaching darkness. These weren't gentle ceremonies. They were raw, guttural expressions of fear and desperation, meant to appease or bind unseen forces. The blood moon's color is a direct echo of those ancient fires, those ancient sacrifices. It's a primal scream in the sky, designed to stir the deepest, most buried anxieties within us all. This primal fear, amplified during the solstice, wasn't just superstition. It was a vital tool, a resonance cultivated for a specific purpose. It was designed to be a powerful catalyst, a psychic fuel. We've seen how the solstice rituals tapped into a deep, primal terror. But this terror wasn't an end in itself. It was a means to an end, a specific kind of energetic harvest. The crimson tide isn't just a visual spectacle, it's a deliberate frequency. It resonates with our own distress, our own anxieties, creating a powerful, sympathetic vibration. When we feel fear, our own internal chemistry shifts, generating a specific energetic signature. The blood moon amplifies this signature, turning our own internal turmoil into something tangible, something that can be collected. It's a sophisticated form of energetic harvesting, where our own emotional output is precisely tuned and amplified by this celestial event. The color itself, that deep, viscous red, speaks of blood, of life force, of panic. It's a deliberate tuning fork for the most potent human emotions. This crimson tide, this frequency of distress, isn't just about passive observation. It's an active lure, a siren song for entities that feed on that specific energetic output. We've understood the blood moon as a frequency of distress, a cosmic amplifier for our anxieties. But the ultimate purpose of this amplified distress is far more parasitic than we might imagine. This isn't a concept from ghost stories. It's a fundamental truth about energetic exchange. Think of a well a parasite might inhabit. It needs a specific environment, a specific way to keep its host vulnerable. Fear, panic, despair, these are the perfect conditions. The blood moon orchestrates these conditions on a global scale, turning our collective human experience into a feeding ground. The entities that thrive on this specific energy are not interested in our joy or our peace. They require the raw, unadulterated output of fear. They are ancient, patient, and incredibly adept at manipulating the very fabric of our reality to ensure their continued sustenance. Their agenda is simple: to create and maintain the conditions for their feeding. We've glimpsed the parasitic agenda, the terrifying reason these celestial displays are orchestrated. But the symbols used to enact this agenda are just as ancient and profound. The very instruments of their influence are woven into our spiritual and cultural fabric, often in ways we no longer recognize. The inverted cross is a powerful, unsettling symbol. Most recognize it as an affront to traditional religious imagery, a marker of opposition. But its meaning runs far deeper than simple rebellion. It signifies a reversal, a twisting of divine order, a binding in the opposite direction of spiritual ascent. It's a symbol of subjugation, not liberation. This inversion isn't accidental. It's a deliberate act of spiritual sabotage designed to trap and redirect energies. It's the mark of a spiritual architecture built to ensnare rather than bless. Understanding this symbol is key to recognizing the subtle ways our own spiritual pathways might be misdirected. We've seen how the inverted cross signifies binding and spiritual reversal. But the architect of this ancient binding, the entity associated with this inversion, is far older and more powerful than any modern interpretation might suggest. Its influence stretches back to the very origins of time. Saturn, the Lord of Time, the planet in our solar system most associated with discipline, limitations, and yes, fear. Its symbol, the scythe, speaks of reaping, of endings, of inevitable fate. Saturn has been depicted in occult traditions as a figure of immense power, a keeper of karmic debt, and a master manipulator of cycles. Its shadow extends over many of the rituals and symbols we are uncovering. It is the ancient lord of time and fear, not in a metaphorical sense, but in a deeply energetic and binding one. Its influence is woven into the very structure of our existence. Saturn's shadow reveals an undeniable aspect of this cosmic deception. The very architecture of our reality is built with specific geometric patterns designed to trap. We've seen how Saturn, the Lord of Time and Fear, plays a crucial role in this. But the specific shapes used in this architecture are essential to understanding its binding power. The hexagon, notably seen in Saturn's North Pole, and the cube, often found in altar designs, are not arbitrary. They represent specific fields of energy, specific forms of containment. These are not mere aesthetic choices. They are fundamental building blocks of entrenchment. They create energetic prisons, shaping our perception and our spiritual freedom. This geometry of dread isn't just theoretical. It's a tangible force that can influence our energetic field and our perception of reality. We've now understood the geometric prison, the shapes that enforce this cosmic bind. But who is truly orchestrating this, and what is their ultimate goal in keeping us within these confines? The demiurge. In some esoteric traditions, this is the name given to the flawed creator, the entity responsible for the material world and its inherent imperfections. He is seen as the warden of this cosmic prison, the one who established the cycles of limitation and suffering. His aim is to keep consciousness bound within this material illusion. His grasp is the force that ensures we remain trapped in cyclical patterns, always returning, always seemingly making progress, but never truly breaking free. This concept of a flawed creator is crucial to understanding why our spiritual journey can often feel like a frustrating loop. We have felt the demiurge's grasp, the sensation of being trapped in endless cycles of existence and rebirth. But the true horror lies in understanding that these cycles are not natural progressions, but a meticulously designed harvest. The very process of returning to the physical plane is part of a grand, terrifying scheme. Reincarnation, often framed as a path of learning and growth, can be viewed through another lens. It becomes a mechanism for soul harvesting, where each life experience is designed to extract specific energetic essences. The light we are promised upon death might be the very lure that guides us back into the trap. The chain of reincarnation is a process of continuous energetic extraction. We've explored this soul harvest through the lens of reincarnation, but the symbolic inversion of the divine feminine, a key element in this system, points to a specific entity and its twisted legacy of power. Astaroth. In ancient lore, Astaroth was a powerful goddess, associated with fertility, love, and the divine feminine. However, over time, particularly through the influence of patriarchal religious structures, this archetype has been systematically demonized and inverted, twisted into a monstrous figure. This inversion is a deliberate act. This ritualistic inversion of the divine feminine is not merely symbolic. It serves a potent purpose in the overall architecture of control, a purpose that directly serves the parasitic agenda we've discussed. It's a profound act of spiritual warfare designed to sever feminine power. Astaroth's legacy of inversion points us toward ancient texts, grimoires that detail the mechanics of this binding. These are not just historical artifacts, they are operational manuals for spiritual enslavement, outlining how energies are captured and contained. The Lesser Key of Solomon, for instance, is a notorious grimoire filled with complex rituals and sigils designed to summon and bind demons. While often dismissed as mere fantasy, these texts provide a chilling glimpse into the methods used to manipulate spiritual forces. They lay bare the mechanisms of binding, the spells and incantations that can ensnare the unwary soul. We've seen the whispers of grimoires and their mechanisms for binding. But the ultimate manifestation of this cosmic contract is the blood moon itself, a mark seared into our collective consciousness, a seal that legitimates a terrifying, ongoing transaction. The blood moon is more than just a passing event. It is a cosmic contract sealed in crimson. It's a periodic reaffirmation of a pact between lower vibrational entities and the architects of our confinement. This seal allows for the continued manipulation of human consciousness and the harvesting of our spiritual energy. It's a cosmic agreement that binds us. This cosmic contract, this blood moon seal, ensures the continued energetic flow to parasitic entities. But the methods of maintaining this harvest are not just external and celestial. They are deeply insidious, penetrating our very minds and sowing seeds of doubt that make us complicit in our own entrapment. Psychological infiltration is a key component of this larger agenda. It's not enough to manipulate celestial cycles. The entities require us to internalize the fear, to doubt our own perceptions, and to embrace the limitations imposed upon us. Seeds of doubt are planted through subtle suggestion, through media, through cultural narratives that breed anxiety and mistrust. These seeds of doubt are essential for maintaining the psychological grip of the demiurge's system. They make us question our own intuition, our own spiritual senses, and ultimately prevent us from recognizing the true nature of our predicament. But there are modern manifestations of this ancient deception designed to further confuse and misdirect us. The Satanic Temple, with its seemingly progressive social stances and its appropriation of countercultural symbols, presents a sophisticated mirage. It uses secular language and public appeals to mask an agenda that, in its essence, serves the same ancient forces of inversion and binding we have discussed. It's a modern hoodwinking, a new face on an old deception. This temple and similar movements are not about genuine liberation for humanity. They are expertly crafted distractions designed to co-opt genuine desires for freedom and redirect them towards manufactured idols and hollow victories. They are a clever diversion, keeping us focused on superficial battles while the real war for our souls rages unseen. Pazuzu's echo, the ancient wind of despair, is the culmination and the source of this pervasive psychological manipulation. We have seen modern deceptions like the Satanic Temple's mirage, but they are merely echoes of a far older, more profound despair that has been systematically cultivated throughout human history. Pazuzu, an ancient Mesopotamian demon of the southwest wind, was considered a bringer of famine, plagues, and despair. His mythos represents the primal, consuming sadness that can cripple human spirit. This ancient wind of despair is the very atmosphere our consciousness is often forced to breathe, making awakening a profound act of defiance. We've felt the chilling echo of Pazuzu, the ancient wind of despair that seeks to suffocate our spirit. But this journey through the abyss of cosmic manipulation has led us to a pivotal realization. The power to break free has always resided within us, waiting to be reclaimed. The blood moon cycle, Saturn's influence, the geometric prisons, the parasitic agenda, the inverted symbols, all of these are sophisticated systems of control. But they are systems that rely on our unconscious participation, our fear, and our doubt. Reclaiming your light means recognizing these systems and consciously choosing to disengage from their energetic pull, to consciously choose your own spiritual sovereignty. Make sure to subscribe for more videos and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. We'll see you in the next one.